Gemini. I'm doing your year in advance. I've shuffled your cards and shuffled them, cut them, shuffled them again. I have them arched out right now because it's kind of hard to do that with one hand. This is your 2017 year in advance, okay? I'll pull out 12 cards and then I'll put them into the spread. And I've also got this deck here that's been wanting to work on the 2017 year in advance readings. This will be like the focus card, okay? So let's go ahead and start to pull your 12 cards for Gemini for 2017. That is January. Here is February, March, April, May, which one said June? This one, June, this one, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, let me get these guys all out of the way. I'll hand them to little witchling. I'm going to pull your card from right here. I'm going to do the same kind of thing. They've all been shuffled already, but I will pull your card from here for Gemini for 2017. Here's your card. Let me get these out of the way. I'm going to put you down kind of for a second. Sorry if that was kind of dizzying. I'm going to get these all set up. January, February, March, April, May, June, July, August, September, October, November, and December. Okay, so let's take a look at your year focus card. We have strangely lonely, holding on way too long. Okay? When we hold on to something and it's already gone, my thought right now is a relationship. Okay, so we'll talk about something else in just a second. But let's say a relationship. You're in a relationship, the relationship is over, it's dead, but you're refusing to let go of it. You're going to be lonely, even though that person is still sleeping in your bed, is still coming home every day. It's not, you're not in that relationship anymore because it's already gone. So holding on to it, even though it's gone, because you don't want to be lonely, you're still lonely. And it's a strange kind of feeling to have somebody near you, but you don't have that person there anymore. And the same thing with like a creative idea. If you're holding on to an idea of something you want to create, let's say you want to make this beautiful quilt for yourself or for whoever for 2017's Christmas, for whoever, right? And you've got this idea in your head of this quilt, but you're not doing it because either you don't have the knowledge of how to do it, or it's just not something that you're really passionate about. You've got the idea, you like the idea, but you just don't want to do it, you know? But you don't let go of the idea. You keep that idea with you, and every month it's like this little pang is there, and it's this lonely, empty kind of, you know, feeling because you're not doing it. So if it's not something that is, you have to have it still, and it's alive and it's thriving, it's time to let it go. Don't hold on to it because it will give you a lonely feeling. You will be more alone with something or somebody there than not having anybody or that thing there, okay? So let's go on to January. January's card is You Were Born to Create. Okay, so in January, you will be creating all of these ideas, maybe for a quilt, maybe for a story, maybe for stockings or a blanket or business ideas, schooling ideas, all of these different ideas. You're going to be creating ideas and you're going to start creating them. You can do this if you want to, so be prepared to do it. February. This is Hear the Ancient Ones. While you're in the creating mode, in the creating ideas mode, be sure that you're listening. So I'm going to say, let's say you want to do a book on astrology. Who are the ancients of astrology? Copernicus, Galileo. Research them, listen to them. If you want to make a quilt, who are the ancients of quilt making? Look into their, I want to say a recipe book, but it's like a how-to book. Understand these people, because these people will give you the information that you need to create. All right. This can also be the ancient ones of ancient gods, ancestors, spirits. You're going to start listening to everybody. All right. March. Know your fears. Now, just because this of the ancients and coming into fears, it's just screaming at me that it's not a ghost. Okay. It's not something to be afraid of. And this feeling, this card is just giving me a ghost feeling today. And also for creating, don't be afraid to create. Know your fear and understand it, face it. And I just posted on Facebook yesterday, because Taurus got this card. There's something that's like face everything and rise, or face everything and run. What do you understand fear to be? And someone commented, I don't remember exactly what her comment was, but that one was awesome. It's like false accusations. I can't remember what it is, but it's there, and it's really, really awesome. I'm gonna have to like write that down and keep it in my planner and memorize it for a few days. But don't be afraid. And if you are afraid, it's time for you to face those fears and start to move over them. April. Need and necessity. Oftentimes, we're told that we don't need something. It's not a necessity. But creating is a necessity. It is a need. Listening to the ancients. This is actually a necessity. A lot of people don't do it, but it is a necessity. And I want to say they don't do it. It's just they don't realize they're doing it. Facing your fears. That is a necessity. Something we don't want to do, but it's a necessity. When we look into what is a need and a necessity, we look into the duality also. So we have the need to eat. Our body needs to eat. We have to feed it. Why? Because we have to do stuff. So the energy that we use, that we release, is requiring an intake of food. Do you see where I'm going with the duality? If we are creating, we're giving out that energy, there's a way we have to bring in that energy. So if you are creating a blanket again, you're going to be looking at different art. You're going to be feeding that creative aspect of creating the blanket. If you're writing, you're going to be bringing in more written word. You're going to be reading people that you admire, stories that you admire, in order to help you take that back out in your book. Do you understand? So our need and necessity are very, very, very not necessarily what people think they are. And I'm going to go into a whole rabbit hole, so I'm going to have to kind of hurry up. May. May is honor Gaia. While you're creating, who best to go to than the Creator, Mother Earth? When you are listening to the ancients, who best to go to than one of the most oldest spirits of the world, Mother Earth? When facing your fears, who best to go to? While looking for your need and necessity, who best to go to? Mother Earth is one of the most ancient spirits there is. She is the biggest creator there is. I mean, everything on Earth comes from Mother Earth practically. And what isn't from Mother Earth is made by man, who did come from Mother Earth in a way. Okay, so you need to honor Gaia. You need to be spending some time in nature in May. And May is a Gemini, so happy birthday, Gemini. And for June, the rest of Geminis, happy birthday, Geminis. Embrace spirit. Now, oftentimes when I say spirit, my clients will go, spirit's ghosts. No, that's not it. Spirit happiness. There is a happy spirit. There is a loving spirit. There's a compassionate spirit. There is the spirit of creation. There is the spirit of, I don't know if I'm getting what I want to get across, but I'm hoping I am. So embrace this. Embrace these different spiritual emotions. Embrace the spirituality. Embrace things that aren't normally thought of. Is that making sense? Okay. And again, happy birthday, Gemini. July. July is respect your boundaries. I want to take a peek at this dragon for just a minute. His wings are extended. We have no clue what's in here, right? We can see there's some leaves right here, there's some leaves right here. But what else is he hiding in there? He's got his boundaries up and he is protecting them, and there's no way we're going to be able to pass them, cross them. What do you need to do to protect yourself? What do you need to do to protect not just yourself, but the things that are important to you? And that could be your child, your spouse, your mother, your father, but it could be things, your blanket, your quilt you're making, the idea of the novel you're going to write. It can be a spirit, your happiness. Make sure you put up your boundaries and then respect them. Do not let anything cross them. And you might have to fight for them. And if that's what happens, that's what happens. August. Wash away your burdens. This looks like hair, but at the same time, it looks like water to me. And then we've got like water lilies and a frog that can come on land and in water. And it's just very watery. Water, as you know, or you might not know, but water is associated with emotions. When we go into the elements, that is what water is. So it's time to wash away all of your burdens. For August, Gemini, it would be really great if you can like take long hot baths, stand in the hot shower for a while, hot tubs, spa treatments, that kind of stuff, to help you release everything that you're being burdened with. And mostly, I'm going to say it's mostly going to be emotions. All right. September. Heed the messenger. In September, there will be somebody or something, like the little blue bird on her shoulder, that will be coming to you, maybe an angel, and will be giving you some messages. They're going to be telling you things that you need to know, and you're probably not going to want to know it. It's time to listen to them. And even when you want to be emotional about it and argue with them because they might say something you really don't want to say or hear, you're going to have to listen. Okay? You don't have to let them know you're listening, but then go into private and listen. October. Have courage. This listening to your messengers and then having courage, it's talking to me. Your messenger might tell you something about yourself that you don't want to hear. It might be something like you're giving away your power. You are way too emotional. You are becoming depressed. Something along these lines. And it's time for you to have the courage to not only hear what they said, but admit to yourself that what they've said is true and finding help. Okay? It's going to be time facing your fears from March. In October, you're going to have to really have some courage to face those fears. And if not, I have a feeling this card is going to tell us something. Let's see what November says. Be vigilant. Okay, so it wasn't as kind of I thought it was going to be. Make sure that you're really having your courage. And having your courage is going to help you be vigilant. Look at this dragon. He has got his like glowing soul in the center of his torso. He's got his wings protecting it. His boundaries are being respected. He's watching into the future because he knows something is coming. So you're going to need the courage to be vigilant, to know what's coming in December. And in December is nurture all that you love. When you are nurturing all that you love, you're assisting other people to grow. You're assisting other people to feel safe. You are showing them that with you, they are safe. They are loved. And this is very, very important, especially with Gemini, because Gemini, if I'm right, is an emotional, but it's going to be an emotional end of the year. And you're going to need the people that you love to nurture you as much as they're going to need to be nurtured. All right? So Gemini, it's going to be a hell of a year, buddies. You guys are going to have a lot of stuff you're going to have to face, but you're going to get through it. I know you're going to get through it, and you're going to be so much stronger for it, and you're going to have so much more knowledge for it. And it's going to be, in December, you're going to be like, whoa, look at all of the crap that I got through. Look at all of the stuff that I've done. Look at how not only have I made stuff, but I've created myself through all of this burden into something that it's going to be pretty cool. This just screamed at me. This looks to me not only like the moon, but like a pearl. And what is a pearl? A pearl is a piece of rock that gets put into a piece of rock, sand actually, that gets put into an oyster, and it hurts the oyster while it's there. And the oyster begins putting mother of pearl enamel over the sand so that way it stops hurting it. It becomes smooth and not as jagged and as sharp. And it's something that humans pay massive amounts of money for. But it hurt. It hurt the oyster while it was there. So your guys' year, as you are there in the year, you're going to have some moments. But at the end of the year, you're going to be a beautiful pearl. All right? So, Gemini, I hope you enjoyed your 2017 year in advance reading. If you're wanting a personalized reading for you yourself, you can go ahead and message me, email me at maria@bluerainorchid.com, or I'm on Facebook at facebook.com/bluerainorchid. You can message me. We can set up an appointment for your own personal reading. They're $70 right now. You can find me on Instagram at bluerainorchid. And if you like the video, guys, please like, share, comment, subscribe, so that way you can see what's going on anytime I post a new video. I'm sorry for keeping this video so long. Love you guys. Have an awesome 2017. You guys will rock it. I promise. See you later. Bye.